The ancient Egyptians are considered one of the greatest civilizations in human history. They excelled in many fields and left behind achievements that still amaze the world today. In architecture, they built massive pyramids, temples, and obelisks that have survived for thousands of years, proving their incredible engineering skills. They also advanced in astronomy, creating a highly accurate solar calendar and aligning many of their temples with the movement of the sun and stars. But one of the most fascinating fields in which they excelled was medicine and chemistry, especially a process known as mummification. Mummification was a complex method used to preserve the human body after death for as long as possible. Thanks to this technique, some mummies have survived for thousands of years. But an important question arises. Was mummification a mysterious secret that no one understood? In reality, modern scientists have been able to uncover most of the details of this process, and they can even recreate it today using similar methods. However, before understanding how mummification worked, we must first ask another question. Why did the ancient Egyptians mummify their dead in the first place? The ancient Egyptians believed that death was not the end of life. Instead, it was the beginning of a new life in another world. They believed that a person could live in the afterlife only if their body remained preserved and recognizable. Because of this belief, preserving the body after death was extremely important. This is where mummification came into play. The process was performed by specially trained priests and could take up to 70 days to complete. The most important ingredient in the process was a substance known as natron salt. Natron had a powerful ability to dry out bodies and stop bacteria from decomposing tissue, making it the key element in mummification. The first step in the process began by placing the body on a special table. Then the embalmers removed the brain, because brain tissue decomposes very quickly. They did this by inserting a long metal tool through the nose, breaking up the brain and carefully extracting it. After that, they made a small incision in the left side of the abdomen to remove the internal organs such as the liver, stomach, and intestines. However, they usually left the heart inside the body, because they believed it was the center of intelligence and emotion. The removed organs were not thrown away. Instead, they were preserved in special containers and placed near the mummy inside the tomb. Once the organs were removed, the most important stage began. The entire body was covered in large amounts of natron salt and left for about 35 to 40 days. During this time, the salt absorbed all the moisture from the body, preventing bacteria from growing and stopping decomposition. After the drying process was complete, the body was cleaned carefully. It was then treated with oils, tree resins, and natural wax to protect the skin and improve the smell. Next came the most famous step of all. The body was wrapped in many layers of linen cloth, creating the classic appearance we associate with mummies. Finally, the mummy was placed inside several nested coffins, often ending with a large stone sarcophagus inside the tomb. Many items were also placed in the tomb, such as jewelry, clothing, furniture, and daily tools. These objects were believed to be useful for the deceased in the afterlife. Today, mummies have helped scientists uncover many secrets of ancient Egyptian civilization. By studying them, researchers have discovered diseases that ancient people suffered from, and even the causes of death of some Egyptian rulers. All of this knowledge became possible because mummification preserved bodies for thousands of years. This shows just how advanced ancient Egyptian knowledge was in the fields of medicine and chemistry. And in the end, mummification remains one of the most fascinating achievements of ancient Egypt, an achievement that preserved people who lived thousands of years ago and still tells their story today.